Good afternoon, I'm Natalia Dia.
And I'm Brittany Robbins, and here are your headlines at 3 o'clock. A man has appeared in court charged with Southampton schoolgirl Lucy McHugh's murder.
Misery for commuters as more restrictions are introduced at the Millbrook roundabout roadworks.
And find out how the city is preparing to get into the festive spirit at tonight's Christmas lights switch on.
A man has appeared in court today, charged with the murder of Southampton schoolgirl Lucy McHugh. 24-year-old Stephen Nicholson of no fixed address was also accused of rape and 2 counts of sexual activity with a child under the age of 16.
The 13-year-old's body was discovered in the woodland at the City Sports Centre in July. Cameron Richards was in court and sends this.
Lucy McHugh's mother was in court to hear Stephen Allen Nicholson charged with the murder of her daughter. The 24-year-old of no fixed address was also charged with rape and 1 count of sexual activity with a child in relation to Lucy. The 13-year-old's body was found in woodland at Southampton Sports Centre on the 26th of July this year. Stephen Nicholson also faces a 2nd count of sexual activity with a child dating back to 2012, involving a 14-year-old girl. The former care worker was remanded in custody and will appear at Winchester Crown Court on November the 19th.
Traffic congestion is building up on the Millbrook roundabout as the roadworks continue.
Yesterday, the council made the decision to ban right turns on the road for safety reasons. Our reporter Lucia Koprova has more.
The roadworks at Millbrook Road West started in the beginning of last month. The reconstruction of the roundabout will continue until April 2019. As a result, long jams have been building up towards the M271 at the key times during the day. Drivers are not happy at all with the situation. Many have been turning right out of the service road and driving in a wrong direction to avoid traffic. But Councillor Stephen Galton set up a petition to ban drivers from doing this, and less than 24 hours on, and a ban has been enforced to prevent any collisions and make the roadworks safer. The advice to drivers is to plan your journeys and alternative routes at peak times.
Thanks, Lucia. Southampton Itchen MP Royston Smith says he will vote against the government's current EU withdrawal agreement proposals and claims handing over more sovereignty is precisely the opposite of what this country voted for in 2016. 54% of the residents in the city voted to leave the EU in the referendum. 2 cabinet ministers have resigned over the deal, including the Brexit Secretary Dominic Raab and Work and Pensions Secretary Esther McVeigh.
Dock Gate 10 in Southampton has been closed after a lorry hit its archway. The listed structure, which has been standing since 1933, is currently under repair. The road has been closed, will be fixed.
Last year, 56 animals were killed in the New Forest due to car accidents. With the most dangerous time of the year coming up, a Drive Safe campaign has been put in place.
It's hoped the scheme will help to reduce the animal deaths, as Sean Corey reports.
A new campaign has been launched to try and reduce the number of animal deaths caused by traffic accidents across the New Forest. Last year, 56 animals were killed, with 17 dying in early November. New signs displaying the number of animal deaths are currently touring accident hotspots in a bid to make drivers more aware and to get them to slow down. Joe Ivey from the Shared Forest Campaign Group said that speeding across the New Forest doesn't save much time at all.
The campaign is to try to reduce the number of and we proved last year with the help of the BBC that it only saves 3 minutes if you go at 40 rather than 30, and in the dark 40 isn't safe.
Animals such as
more casualties on the roads of the New Forest, the unfenced roads. I mean, it's only about 8 miles across on the longest.
Are allowed to freely roam some parts of the forest and are owned by people called commoners. However, at night these animals can be hard to spot and will sometimes run out into the road without warning. James Young sadly lost his pony Brock Brocade to a hit-and-run driver 2 years ago.
She was found sort of up at 7, 8 o'clock the next morning. She'd clearly been there for hours, and the adjuster came out as quickly as he could as soon as I called him. And it was clear to both of us that there was no option but to put her down. It was a hit and run, it was never reported, the culprit was never found.
The new road signs are just one part of a wider campaign that includes other temporary warning signs, campaign messages on commercial vehicles, and also a police mobile speed camera van, which is out in the forest day and night. So with the darker nights drawing in, just be aware there might be animals out on the road that you might not see until the very last minute. Stay safe while driving across the New Forest, add a few minutes onto your commute home. This is Sean Carey for Solent Journalism.
For another year, the Christmas market has arrived in Southampton and everything's ready for the light switch on this evening.
It includes a special visit from Santa flying across the market for the first time this year. Tate Ap Ellis has more.
At 6:30 tonight, Southampton will officially be getting into the Christmas spirit when the lights are switched on here. The market has already opened and will be staying open until the 23rd of December, with over 40 independent store holders selling a range of Christmas treats and knickknacks. We've also got the return of the ice rink, which was a new instalment last year and actually already opened this weekend. The rink itself is bigger than last year's and is expected to attract many more people. And for the kids, we've got the Flying Santa show every evening. Santa and his reindeers will shoot across the sky twice a night at 5 and 7 p.m. His first flight is tonight at 7, so don't miss it.
That's all from us today. You can find all of our stories and more online.
Head to solentjournalism.co.uk. Have a great evening.
Bye.